landfills are sites designated for dumping rubbish, garbage, and other solid waste. Due to the increased number of waste from our house, schools, industries, hospitals, and markets, landfill has become a common method to organize waste disposal.
Recently, a landfill project is opening at Mutiara Hill residential area. After they noticed about this project near their area, the residents are protesting this landfill project. They claim that they were never consulted nor informed of the landfill project. The residents are angry and block the road that leads to the landfill. They stop the rubbish truck from entering the landfill site to dump rubbish. Due to the strong protest following the opening of landfill, the federal government urged the parties involved to resolve this matter.
Greetings to the audience. This is a recorded negotiation assessment for ULAB 3162, English for professional purposes. The topic for this negotiation is landfill by Team A, which is the government, and Team B, the residents of Mutiara Hills. We have Tan Sin Ling, Woon Sok Ling, and Elaine Kong Man Yi for Team A, while Ui Ng, So Wei Chen, and me myself, Siti Zuliana for Team B.
Hi, I'm one of the residents of Mutiara Hill. As the residents, we all oppose the idea of having landfill near to our resident area. The first thing that I would like to point out is that landfill are one of the sources of soil pollution. The waste materials that cause land pollution are broadly classified into three types, which are municipal solid waste (MSW), construction and demolition waste (C&D), and hazardous waste. MSW includes non-hazardous garbage and rubbish, which consists of decomposable food waste. C&D waste include wood and metal objects that are other inert materials produced when structures are built or demolished. Whereas hazardous waste includes harmful and dangerous substances generated by various chemical manufacturing companies and factories. So, a highly contaminated liquid called leachate is generated from all this decomposition of garbage and precipitation that infiltrates and percolates downward through the volume of waste materials and cause land pollution in that area. Also, metal ions that enter the soil solution from these various forms of combination in different rates. They may either remain in solution or pass into the drainage water or be taken up by plants growing on the soil or be retained by the soil in sparingly soluble or insoluble form, thereby leading to reduced nutrient content. Apart from this, other toxins that are infiltrated will also make the soil very acidic and thus lose its texture and naturality. Once the quality of soil surrounding landfill site is being destroyed, the biodiversity will be affected as local vegetation may cease to grow and be permanently altered. This is because the soil becomes unavailable to grow food, and if contaminated soil is used to grow food, the land will usually produce lower yield. Thus, it's possible for soil pollution to change whole ecosystem, which endanger us as the residents. Besides that, Mutiara Hill landfill is very near a slope for over 50 degrees, making it prone to landslides, which make us worry the most. Rain, spontaneous combustion of gases and materials, or excessive waste accumulation makes landfill sites vulnerable to collapse. The damage are deep and almost irreversible. Garbage dump, landslides are also a significant problem for all the countries in the developing world. The death toll was 113 when a massive landfill outside Ethiopia capital Addis Ababa collapsed in March 2017. About a month later, the Mito Tamula landfill site in Sri Lanka suffered a massive collapse, destroying 140 houses and taking 30 lives. So, due to all this disadvantage, we all as the residents oppose the idea of having the landfill near to our residential area.
Regarding your concerns on landslides, our government have aware to this issue, so we had made some precaution plan to prevent these incidents. From our survey, usually garbage landslides occur due to landfill mismanagement, such as layer of garbage are not properly buried, causing the garbage landslides. Here are some of precautions planned from our government. First, we will ensure the enforcement of effective management policies. Second, we will ensure all the garbage are buried properly to prevent slide off during heavy rains. Third, we will ensure that there will be management monitoring the waste facilities to protect residents around. There, there will be management on site to report and take preventations action if any unexpected accidents occur. Hope that this can help residents rest a race, and these few precaution plans can eliminate the resident concern on garbage landslides.
Thank you, Elaine, for your points. As one of the residents here, I am fully aware that this landfill project has violated the law and decided to take a shortcut in managing the waste. Firstly, I can see that the government did not notify us regarding this opening of landfill, which obviously has disturbed the residential policy. Secondly, I can claim that the government officers are not aware of the proper waste management system according to the Solid Waste and Public Cleansing Management Act 627 in the year 2007. Can you imagine Malaysian produced an average of 30,000 tons of waste every day? Only 42% is incinerated, 2% is recycled, while remaining 56% is to be dumped either illegally to the water source or to the landfill.
On your research just now, as there were so many rubbish produced every day, so it is sure that we government part cannot shut down this landfill. Because if the landfill shut down, the dumping will be everywhere in your resident area. You all do not have a proper site to throw and dispose rubbish in resident area.
I see, but in my opinion, to reduce the waste produced by the resident, we can encourage the resident and also the Malaysian to practice the 3R waste management guideline, which is reduce, reuse, recycle, recovery, and also disposal to produce a better environment for us and also for the future. Not only it will conserve natural resources, landfill space and energy, but it will also save land and money where the communities has to pay for the disposal of the waste.
Actually, the respective contractor of the landfill project has already submitted the environmental impact study report before the project starts, and it should follow the protocol. Environmental impact study already identified, evaluate, and communicate info about the impact of project on environment. It covers a wide range and criteria such as air pollution, water pollution, geology, ecology, impact on human health, other impact, and so on. It minimizes the potential harm for environment and people living around landfill. So, it has been confirmed that waste placement operation and the movement of heavy equipment do not cause slot failure. Then, this landfill has the capacity to process waste using quality matter on par with international standards. It is eco-friendly modern landfill with well-engineered managed disposal facility that can lessen the impact of landfill on soil, air, and water. It operates with environmental preservation requirements, so don't worry about it.
Okay, however, the landfill that nears the residential area will threatening the health of residents. This is because most of the waste contain biodegradable organic matter. When the waste decomposed by bacteria, methane gas will release. High level of methane gas, which is flammable, will creating explosive condition in nearby buildings. So this is very dangerous. This methane gas also will lead to greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect not only will impact to human health,
However, it also will impact to the environment. It will cause the temperature of Earth increase and global warming may occur. Humans may also face cardiovascular and respiratory problems due to the greenhouse effect. If residents are exposed to the high level of methane in a long period of time, the methane gas can reduce the amount of oxygen breathed from the air. Therefore, residents will face health problems like vision problem, memory loss, nausea, vomiting, and headache. And if in a more serious case, it will cause death. Landfills has contributed to the air quality issues. Besides that, landfills also will cause groundwater pollution. When rain falls on the site, the organic and inorganic matter in the waste will dissolve and form highly toxic chemical leaching into the groundwater. Leachate is the liquid form when waste break down in the landfill and water filter through the waste. This liquid is highly toxic and can pollute the land, groundwater, and waterways. The toxic product in the landfill range from industrial solvents to household cleaners. Besides the chemicals from households and industrial products, electronic waste contain lead, mercury, and cadmium. This can result in serious contamination of the local groundwater. If there is a water supply nearby a river or stream, the water body will be polluted by the groundwater. The leachate from landfills is highly concentrated in toxicity, so small amount of leachate can pollute large amount of groundwater. So we don't think that the water is suitable for the domestic water use. Moreover, water that rinse through this chemical collect at the base of the landfill and usually contain high level of toxic metals, ammonia, toxic organic compounds, and pathogens. This mixture will create a high amount of biological oxygen demand, means that it can quickly deoxygenated water. This is the reason why we oppose building landfill near the residential area.
Regarding from your concern, we are a team from government will try to modify the landfill to become an indoor landfill, and on the roof of the indoor landfill we will build a pipe system like what factory do, and this will filter the gas that may be escaped from the landfill. This pipe system will minimize the hazardous gas to release out and make sure the gas release is safe. And for the groundwater pollution, we might build a waterproof wall to control the flow of wastewater and build a pipe system to collect it and allow it to flow into a tank. After this, some chemical will be added into the tank in order to undergo the precipitation, coagulation, and flocculation process. After this process, most suspended solid and organic matter that will harm human will be sedimented out and sink into the bottom of the tank, and all the polluted sludge will be collected and treated. We will sure that the water that released out from this is sure safe to use for the resident.
If I may, I would like to have an update on the modification from time to time to ensure that the government really hears our voice and to keep their promises.
We promise we will follow up this project.
Okay, thank you.
2,000 years later.
I think that was an acceptable solution given by the government, and we hope that the government can fulfill our request so that we have a better environment to live in.